tough business reporters, nasty competitors, product recalls, and more than one cranky company CEO, all with grace and confidence. We were meeting him for breakfast before an all-day meeting. He was grappling with a force he didn't understand, one that was growing all the time. Bloggers, discussion groups, YouTube, consumers who he'd never met were rating his company's products in public forums that he had no experience with and no way to influence. All were assaulting his company's cherished brand, and traditional PR tools were as useless as a broadsword against a rain of poisoned darts. Rick had decided it was time to take matters into his own hands, to become a blogger himself. For this veteran of almost 2 decades of managing his company's image, the goal looked daunting. It looked like the unknown. From where we sit, Rick Clancy is a symbol. He and thousands of corporate executives just like him are now dealing with the trend we call the Groundswell, a spontaneous movement of people using online tools to connect, take charge of their own experience, and get what they need: information, support, ideas, products, and bargaining power from each other. The Groundswell is broad, ever-shifting, and ever-growing. It encompasses blogs and wikis, podcasts and YouTube, and consumers who rate products, buy and sell from each other, write their own news, and find their own deals. It's global. It's unstoppable. It affects every industry, those that sell to consumers and those that sell to businesses, in media, retail, financial services, technology, and healthcare. And it's utterly foreign to the powerful companies and institutions and their leaderships that run things now. Simply put, the Groundswell is a social trend in which people use technologies to get the things they need from each other instead of from companies. If you're in a company, this is a challenge. The Groundswell phenomenon is not a flash in the pan. The technologies that make it work are evolving at an ever-increasing pace, but the phenomenon itself is based on people acting on their eternal desire to connect. It has created a permanent, long-lasting shift in the way the world works. This book exists to help companies deal with the trend, regardless of how the individual technology pieces change. We call this Groundswell thinking. Why we wrote this book. At Forrester Research, we provide strategy advice to clients all over the world. Since we wrote the Forrester report, Social Computing, about the Groundswell trend in 2006, the pace of change has been accelerating, and the number of clients asking us questions about it has been increasing. The noise around the topic has been growing too. With all the books and articles about blogging, communities, and wikis, it's hard for company strategists to know where to start. We wanted to give our clients and the world a clear perspective on the whole trend, not just pieces of it, with a clear set of strategic recommendations. We also wanted to bring to bear the assets we've accumulated from analyzing the effects of technology on business for more than a decade: consumer data, real client stories, and a focus on measurable business success. Finally, we wanted to package it up in a highly readable format with real stories of the people who make the Groundswell such an amazing place, to provide a little insight into the psychology behind what's happening. What's in this book? We've structured the book into 3 sections. Basically, the first section tells what the Groundswell is and lays out the basic tools you need to understand it. The second explains what to do about it. And the third helps you use it to succeed within your company. These 3 parts include 14 chapters. Chapter 1, Why the Groundswell and Why Now, is a call to action. In it, we show how the Groundswell can threaten institutions like companies and brands as customers draw strength from each other. Chapter 2, Jiu-Jitsu and the Technologies of the Groundswell, lays out our basic premise that you can turn the Groundswell to your advantage, like a jiu-jitsu master who turns the force of his opponent to his own advantage. In this chapter, we describe the component technologies of the Groundswell and show both how they threaten companies and how you can benefit from them. Finally, we analyze how to evaluate new technologies as they come along. Chapter 3, The Social Technographics Profile, introduces a key data tool.